In order to execute an email migration into Office 365 Exchange Online, in Fly, one of the things you need to do is set up what's called the Exchange connection. When setting up an Exchange connection, you'll be prompted to select an app profile as an optional setting. If you possess the Office 365 Global Admin credentials, you can create the app profile, which is Microsoft's recommended method for performing things like migrations, where you're moving lots of files into Office 365 in a short period of time. To create the app profile, we log on to Fly. Over on the left, we go to Migration Settings, and then we click App Profile. Please note, if you do not have global admin credentials for the Office 365 tenant you are attempting to migrate into, then you're not going to be able to create the app profile, but that's okay, you will still be able to perform the migration using a service account. In a case where I do possess those credentials though, we come in here and up at the top we click Add. The two options up at the top are Default Azure AD App and Custom Azure AD App. Selecting Default Azure AD App means that the credentials that you are about to enter will be used to connect to that Office 365 tenant and create the app profile right at this point. If the customer has created their own custom Azure AD app in Office 365, which they may do if they have special permissions restrictions, then we would select that option and connect to the existing app instead of creating one. In this case, I'll leave it on Default Azure AD. I then need to provide a name for the app, the global administrator name, and password. Once we've entered the information, we click Authorize. It looks like Fly has logged off, but what it's actually doing is right now is it's communicating with Office 365 in order to be able to use those credentials to create the app. Office 365 wants us to log in again though, just to be safe. So I have my admin username, I drop in my password, and I click Sign In. It then lets me review the various permissions that the app is going to have. Down at the bottom, I'll click Accept. Now back in Fly, here is my app profile. And as I mentioned, we will use this when we go over to create connections. As I mentioned earlier though, if you do not have global admin credentials in that Office 365 tenant, that's okay. You will still be able to use a service account in that tenant to perform the migrations. Thanks for watching this short video on how to create an app profile in Fly for your Office 365 migrations.